360-degree turns around what I call the tower. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan, and we are on round 1, race 2 this video. Remember, back in the first race, Lamborghini came out victorious as we narrow 8 teams from 4 to 2 to 1 over the next 3 rounds. They beat out McLaren and now Corvette and Porsche. We'll get things going today in the second race. And here on the left, we got the blue Porsche with a yellow Corvette. Corvette with a nice spoiler on the back and some racing stripes dark on the hood. Even through the first turn. Ooh, the Porsche. Trouble through the first turn. Looking good now for the Corvette as he comes out. No, he balks there through the turn. Here comes the Corvette in the near side. He's fast out of the gate, and he's going to take that first race. That transition into the final piece was tough on the Corvette, and the Porsche will set the tone here in race 2. Corvette and Porsche. Black and faded blue, maybe. Corvette here on the near side once again. Porsche turning around through the turns. Here they go, down towards the transition, and oh, something's going on in the back lid there. And he will take the win, but I need to check that out. Back hood kind of flipped up there coming out of the transition. That could be bad once competitors start being faster in later rounds. Porsche 911 and the Corvette. Porsche, beautiful bright yellow car. Bright white car, oops. Nice spoiler on the back. And a convertible there on the far side for the Corvette. And about even through the turns, looks good. Here's the transition. Both of them bobble out and turn sideways. Corvette on the far side, but can't catch up. And they're both slow to the finish line, but it is good for the Porsche. And finds the win by a hood. Corvette C6 in the 911. Light purple car. And good out of the gate. Here comes the Corvette, slowing down into the turns. And the Porsche is looking good down into turn 3. Now they're even in turn 4. Now on the near side, Corvette fast through turn 4. And he's going to win this one, no contest. And Porsche looked good out of the beginning, but really struggled to keep control through those 360s. And quite a tower they have there as well. Spider and the Corvette. There's a large descent to get down to the bottom. Here they go. Corvette in the lead into the beginning of the turns. Now we head to the bottom. Spider starting to find length here. A few lengths, but he turns sideways. Almost gets stuck, but all speed is gone. And the Corvette will cruise to victory this time. That's been a struggle for these cars so far today. And staying straight out of the transition. It's by design that they let the track open up there. Really encourages focusing on control. Corvette, Porsche, Concept, and Carrera. Carrera there on the far side in this looking convertible. Bright yellow and about a length ahead going into the turns. Here comes the Corvette on the near side, already back to the lead through the first 2. The third one, oh, he's on the side. Wheels were up vertical, but somehow he manages control and still takes the race. Not really sure how he did that. He looked like he was going to fail there halfway. Targa and the convertible. Porsche, both of them convertibles. Actually, the Targa here also with the lid open. I don't know if that's best for aerodynamics, but it's what they're choosing. Both cars very slow through the first sector there. Here comes the Porsche here towards the end. And the Targa finds some length here at the end. And both cars not looking the fastest, but we'll take it one race at a time. Corvette SR2 and the Spider. Porsche Spider there on the far side. White with red stripes. Corvette red. Quite a body there. Fin sticking up in the back. Here comes the Corvette down through the transition. Bobbles a little bit, straightens out. Spider, ooh, no speed into the second sector. And he will fall short of the victory. Four and 4. Pretty even so far. Porsche 4, Corvette 4. Next round. Now let's trim it down to 4 period. SR2 and the Carrera. Saw this blue car have quite the comeback there in the first race. Let's see how this one goes. Ooh, looks smooth this time into the turns, and he really gained speed last time in the turns, looking pretty good for him. Porsche having trouble. Oh, he's on the side. He's backwards. He's got no speed coming out of the transition, and that loss of control is going to do him in. Wheels up at the end, and Porsche will take that one. Could not hold steady out of that fourth turn. Porsche Targa and the Corvette C6. Here we go, heading towards the turns once again. C6 looking pretty good. That Targa, again, slow into the turns. Maybe he's building up speed for the last run. No, he's bobbling, but the Corvette goes backwards and sideways. Targa trying to catch up here at the end, but it's not enough time. Give him a couple track lengths, and it's a win for the Porsche. But unfortunately, well, he ran out of room, and the C6 will finish backwards, but with the win. Corvette and Porsche. Corvette taking an early lead. Spoiler on the back, bright and white. Porsche here on the near side with that back hood still flipping up. Where's the speed coming down the final line? Porsche on the near side with speed, and he's got it by a hood length. Accelerated out of turn 4. And that foot race to the end was good for the Porsche. Porsche 911 and the Corvette Stingray. White versus gray here. Corvette Stingray with his bright, shiny wheels and a good start in Sector 1, taking the lead through the first few turns. And Porsche falling around, and he bobbles through that transition, and the Corvette will take that pretty easily. Fumbles through turns 1 and 2, and already started pretty bad. And that's not going to look good for the Porsche team. Porsche hanging on with 1 car, Corvette with 3. Odds are in the Corvette's favor. Not this time. Corvette SR2 and the Porsche 550. We've seen this 550. Again, an odd vehicle with loose parts on the car, but has held his own pretty well. And low into the turns. And he's behind by a few lengths, starting to speed up here through the transition. They're even! Porsche out of the transition! His hood is falling off! But he does win by a couple lengths. The Corvette couldn't manage to keep up. Stingray and the C6. Which one will face the Porsche in the finals at 550? Right now it looks good for the Stingray here through Sector 1. Both cars a little bit sluggish into the turns. They're starting to speed up here down the tower. Here comes the C6 out of the gate, looking fast. Stingray trying to hold his own to the end, and the Corvette C6 just takes over. As he crosses the finish line, the win will be given to him, and he will have to face off against that 550 in the finals. Remember, first to win 2 races will be your champion. Name on the such 550, named a Corvette. I believe that is a Porsche. And the C6. C6 sporting the number 32 on the side of the car, looking good through the first stretch here, but it is even. The 550 again losing parts and not taking that race. Usually is pretty good down the back stretch, but again, I have to be honest. Whatever's loose on the back of that vehicle is probably having effect on speed. Right now, the C6 fumbles through the first turn, and now he's behind by quite a bit. The 550 almost gets stuck down the transition, but so does the C6. And both cars will finish backwards, and we're heading to that sudden death. 3rd race here of the finals. Question is, which one of these 2 cars will be able to pull out the victory for their team? Porsche holding on with 1 here into the finals. They only had 1 after round 2, and here we are with round 4. Porsche even at 1 with the Corvette team. Here we go down the turns. 4th turn looking pretty good for the Porsche 550. Ooh, straight out of the transition, and it's no contest for the final race. The Porsche 550. As he crosses here, a few lengths ahead of the Corvette, and he will take this race for the Porsche team. They will be moving on to round 2 of this tournament. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Races and Fun.